Alright, this is another edition of song analysis videos, which I just love doing these. Taking songs that I really enjoyed, that really had a big, profound impact on me, and songs that I play over and over to this day. A lot of them are older songs, and ones that I feel don't get enough credit. Most of them are not singles. So far, I haven't done any singles. Usually just ones that are lost in the shuffle upon the album. But this song was my favorite off of the album Ghetto Fabolous, which was Faboulous' debut album. It's track number 10, and the album was released on September 11th, 2001. That's right, you heard it correct. He had his album all ready to go and all the buzz, and the day he dropped his album was the day of the infamous 9/11. But it still did pretty good. In its first week, it sold 143,180 copies. It reached number 4 on the US Billboard 200 charts. The song was produced by Rush the Spider, who has also been called Red Spider, and it sold over 1 million copies and was certified platinum. And this song is called Get Smart, but I call it the blowjob song. Who would think of making a whole song just about blowjobs? I know there's been some in the past, but this one, to me, the punchlines, the smart wordplay and wittiness is just ahead of all the rest. Just amazing to make a whole song and you could just, every punchline is building up to something about a blowjob. Now, for those who aren't in the know, when he says he's getting head, or he says he's getting brains, or anything to do with getting smart and genius because of your brains, he's talking about getting oral sex. So that's where we're at right there. So at the beginning of the song, there's some girl in Spanish saying something. I have no idea what she's saying, and I can't find anything about it, any translating on it or anywhere on any of the sites. I kind of got an issue with the lyric sites. There's quite a few of them out there, and I feel like all of them have parts of this song wrong, or perhaps I'm wrong the way I hear it. So people, anybody that can help out and verify it for me, I love making sure I get 100%. I never do, but I really like trying to get as close to perfection as I can. So the girl starts out talking something in Spanish. I'm assuming it has something to do with him trying to get head. I don't know. I mean, it fits along with the scene of the song. So it starts out verse 1. Fabolous comes in. He goes, I like them brown, yellow, Puerto Rican, or Asian. And on the lyric sites it says, who have on the weekend occasion, will sneak in the days in. I thought he said, I like them brown, yellow, Puerto Rican, or Asian. After a week in the Cajun, they'll sneak in the days in, like a conjugal visit. But maybe I got it wrong. Or maybe he's just saying on a weekend occasion, they'll sneak in the days in. Any girl that's willing to give him what he wants on the weekend, right? So he's never tweaking off hazing, even though he's frequently blazing. And all the sites say, now if it ain't on your face, it ain't the cheeks that I stays in. That's not what he says to me. I've listened to the song so many times. He's like, I have to ink on your face. It ain't the cheeks that I stays in. Which everybody knows, he doesn't want her to swallow his nut. He's gonna bust it on her face. He wants to admire his work. So he can't deny it. Which is actually kind of like an ode to his first single off the album with Nate Dogg, which is Y'all Can't Deny It, where they took the Tupac sample and rocked that. But he's like, he can't deny it. It used to take weeks of persuasion, now he'd just be looking down at these freaks in amazement, because before he became a famous popular rapper, he'd have to try and beg, he doesn't say beg, convince these girls to persuade them to get them to maybe give him some oral sex. Now he'd just be looking down at these freaks in amazement who are all willing to give him what he's looking for. And with a girl, the first thing I peep or notice is how full her lips is and deep her throat is. So he's not staring at the boobs, he's not staring at the ass, he's just seeing how she's going to measure up when it comes to getting what he wants. And then he says, so you ain't got to be perfect, I'll buy you whatever you want, but your head's got to be worth it. And then he says, still what I mean is, your brain got to send chills through my penis till I feel like a genius. To me, this song is just genius. Like, the way he's talking about... And it's so funny. There's a clean version of this song on YouTube. And guaranteed, there is some people that just casually listen to this that probably thinks this is about having some person try to teach him how to get good grades in his classes and get smarter. Because some people don't know the slang, right? Okay, so he looks at it from a player's position. He's got a scholarship. He gets smart without paying tuition, which is saying he ain't paying for these girls to give him some oral sex. He's he's getting it based on his credentials. He's not going to be paying for none of this. And then he says, my classes be like 2-3 hours. That's why he's the smartest young guy since Doogie Howser. If you didn't know Doogie Howser, it's a old show that Neil Patrick Harris became famous in, where he played a medical prodigy. He was like a teenage doctor, like a genius, right? So he's the smartest young guy since Doogie Howser. And you might know him, Neil Patrick Harris, from, I believe it's How I Met Your Mother. It's a famous show. So then we go into the chorus. So nothing special here, but just sticks to the trend and the theme of the song. Still, what I mean is, I really just want to get smart until I feel like a genius, and all that I ask is that you help me get good grades in all of my classes. And so he says that twice, and then we go into the second verse. And he says, and you gotta remember, this is 2001. These bitches, they done got real bad, because now he pulls out and leaves them looking like models for a Got Milk ad. Now, back in this time, they had a campaign called the Got Milk ads, where they were trying to sell milk. And they would get all these famous celebrities, and they'd be in magazines or whatever, and they'd have, from drinking milk, they'd have the milk mustache above here, and it would just show them, and it'd say, like, Got Milk. And then they would have the mustache showing that they drank milk. But what he's saying, he's going to leave them looking like a model from a Got Milk ad, but it's going to be different white stuff on their mustache. And then he says, I'm a teacher's pet, and even if you're good at math, Ma, you'll have trouble counting each baguette. Now, I don't get this line. I mean, it's a hot rhyme, it rhymes, but baguette is bread. It's French bread. So he's saying, even if you're good at math, Ma, you'll have trouble counting each baguette. So a lot of times in raps, bread stands for money. So maybe he's saying you're having trouble counting all the money. I don't know. If you know, please tell me. Okay, and then he says, all it takes is hood tutors mixed with good Buddha, and promise to buy them some of those Razor foot scooters. So he's like, that's all it takes. He's gonna smoke them up and maybe say, hey, I'll buy you a scooter or something like that. He doesn't have to really rock for it, put a ring on it or any of that stuff to get what he's looking for. And then they don't care where the cops is. Out of the blue, they stop is, and the teacher starts giving me a pop quiz. Love that. I love when he sticks to the teachers and the classes and stuff like that. Really good at staying on subject. Okay, he said, this is also another line I don't get. There's actually a couple in this. Fabolous is just so smart. Get it? Get smart. Some of the lines I just don't get. I understand what he's saying, but I just don't get the reference. I don't know the slang, whatever the case may be. But he stays 10 minutes in nightclubs, pocket full of green, Duke on it that invented the light bulb. So he's saying he only stays 10 minutes in nightclubs and he's got a bunch of money, Duke on it. I don't know if he's saying like he's wearing a Duke jersey. The dude that invented the light bulb was Thomas Edison. I just can't put this together. Please help me. I want to know. It's driving me nuts. Okay, and then he says, I might pass on a female, then call up a substitute just for night class in the CL. So he's saying, he's got a lot to pick from. He can have his pick, and maybe he's got like his other song. He's got an entree with something on the side, so he might call up a substitute for night class in the CL. I don't know what he means by CL. My closest guess is maybe like a convertible Lexus or something. Where else could a place be called that's a CL? Maybe college library? I don't know. If you know, please tell me. So, probably my favorite line in the song. Your man don't know why his chick's knees be scarred. Your man don't know why his chick's knees be scarred. Can't tell him from giving my dick CPR. Wow! If that's not the greatest blowjob line I've ever heard. Giving his dick CPR so her knees be scarred. Wow. And then he finishes off verse 2 with, if you lift up and say your jaw's hurting before squirting, it's for certain. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. So basically what he's saying, if you say you can't finish doing what he wants you to finish, and you say your jaw is hurting before he's squirting, then you are the weakest link. Goodbye. At this time, the weakest link was a game show on TV, and the host, her famous thing would be, it'd be a bunch of people, and whoever lost that round would be kicked out of the game, and she would say, you are this weakest link, goodbye. So really fits the tone. And then you go back into the hook again. You know what I'm saying, go back into the chorus. Still, what I mean is, I really just want to get smart until I feel like a genius, and all that I ask is that you help me get good grades, ma, in all my classes. And then the whole third verse, he talks about girls in different cities and towns and states and how they can give good head, and he makes sure to rhyme it. But there's a couple, the first line I don't get as well. He goes, you know, my girls in North and South Caxes or Axis or Caddies or Carolis. It's hard because right when he says the last word, North and South whatever, he puts an ad-lib in it where he's saying it twice with the echo, so it's really hard to hear. All the lyric sites say North and South Caddy. I don't even know where North and South Caddy is. At first I thought he was saying Cary, but like for North and South Carolina, but then he finishes up by saying they're known for mouth waxes. So I thought it had to, like, caddy and waxes doesn't real rhyme, but maybe that is what he's saying. But so the girls in North and South Caddy are known for mouth waxes. Either way, wherever, maybe it's just like a street or a block in his borough or in his hood or whatever. But to me it sounds like North and South Axes are known for mouth waxes, but I don't know where North and South Axes is. But anyway, and then the whores in Texas, oral sexes. He heads to Cali, takes more blows to the head than Ali. Holy crap. That might be a better line than the one before. So Muhammad Ali, famous boxer, has been hit in the head a lot, and he's taking more blows to this head than Muhammad Ali did. Wow. Okay, so everywhere he's traveled, he's shown some love on his middle leg there. Okay, and the Philly mommy sucked the kids out of William Bonney. William Bonney was like a nickname he gave for himself. Sometimes he called himself William Bonney, and DJ Clue was the other one. So the Philly mummy sucked the kids. The kids obviously is the sperm. He's sucking it out of the William Bonney because the sperm makes the kids. And I love this one too. Ludacris was hot right there with he had this song, Southern Hospitality, where they throw them bows, and he goes, and the way females show Southern hospitality in ATL, I don't even know them hoes. So he takes Ludacris' song and puts his own fun little twist on the line. In South Beach, they let me Jimmy dip in the mouthpiece. Forget about Vegas, the head is outrageous. The broads in Seattle will make your knees rattle for shizzle my stizzle, getting smizzled down in VA. And this one I also don't know too. He goes, the hoes in Detroit will suck the whole revoit? I have no idea what to say. It definitely rhymes with Detroit. The hoes in Detroit will suck the whole revoit? I don't know. I tried to Google words close to it. Please tell me. I need to know this. I don't like singing songs wrong when I'm doing karaoke in the shower or whatever. Okay, so my dick don't get to die down when I'm in Chi-Town. My bitches in B-more blow me till the knees sore. God damn their face, I ain't screwed out in St. Lou. New York, it ain't got no pipe instructions. They just suck it out of you like liposuction. Which obviously liposuction is a surgery where they suck the fat out. So he's saying they don't got any pipe instructions in New York. They just do whatever they can to suck it out of you. And then they go back to the chorus. And what a song. I remember listening to the album when I first got it, because I was familiar with Fabolous from all the DJ Clue mixtapes he was on and whatnot. Loved the first single, how he did like a New York spitter on like a West Coast track, and I just thought he was very clever with the wordplay, really great punchlines. So I listened to this album. I really liked most of the songs on this album, but this one, it may not have been the best song, but to me it was just so smart. I couldn't believe some of like the metaphors and ways he had to talk about just simple blowjob or oral sex, and he built it into his lines, and it was just really well done. I really love it. I'm gonna throw back to my wrestling. As you can see, I do wrestling on my wall. So like or you get a leg drop, comment or you get a clothesline, subscribe or you get a suplex. Check out, I got more videos coming soon, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it.